Welcome to Clout 941, the hottest news show on Sarasota politics. This is a live broadcast. Tonight's guest is State Representative candidate Sam Rosenfeld. And now, also at the end of the show, is our new feature, the Weasel of the Week, which gets a little better each time. And you're going to hear who our Weasel of the Week is at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Finally, is my very last segment on the Sarasota Herald Tribune editorial page, and this is my commentary for this week, and their endorsement picks. As you may recall, if you watched some of the previous episodes, I talk about their methodology, and their methodology is this, that in every close race where they feel like it's going to be very close and it could go either way, the Herald Tribune editorial page will endorse the Democrats. However, in cases where, in races where they think that they're safe, where there's a clear Republican winner, they will then try to balance out their natural predisposition to endorse Democrats by endorsing Republicans in safe races. I made all my predictions well in advance of when the Herald Tribune went through the process, so let's see how I did. Now, keep in mind, first of all, I'm very active in coaching youth baseball, and I have been for a number of years. And one thing I always tell my baseball players is this: always strive to be perfect, and if you come up a little short, you're still in a pretty good place. That's where we are. We weren't perfect, but we were pretty good. These were my picks. Now, once again, to clarify, these are not my picks to win the election. These is who I predicted the Herald Tribune editorial page would endorse in every race. Let's go through the ones I got right. First of all, State Representative candidate Keith Fitzgerald. He is in the district, basically everything north of Clark Road. If you live north of Clark Road in Sarasota, you're in this race, which is Keith Fitzgerald versus Laura Benson. I predicted, once again, here we have a Democrat, close race, legitimate chance of winning. He's actually the incumbent. They would endorse Keith Fitzgerald, and I was correct. County Commission race, same criteria. I predicted John O. Miller, that they would endorse him, and we got that correct. The public defender race between Adam Tabrouge and Larry Eager, once again, I predicted that they would pick the Democrat, and they did. We'll skip down to the tax collector race. Barbara Ford Coates, once again, incumbent Democrat, perhaps favored to win. It's a no-brainer. The Herald Tribune was going to pick her. That's what I said, and that's what they did. They didn't even really give Donna Clark the time of day in what they wrote. Now here's the three races where I said they would balance it out, because of in each case these candidates are favorites for different reasons. Tom Knight, I said that they would pick just because he's the only one with administrative experience, massive campaign war chest. And so he's the clear favorite to win, so I predicted that they would endorse a token Republican in that race. And in the state Senate race, we have Nancy Dieter. Basically, that district is everything University Parkway down to north part of Charlotte County. As we said before, Nancy Dieter, there's no possible way she's ever going to lose an election in Sarasota County. She could run for anything and win, and they know that. And once again, what I said that they would say was that her opponent Morgan Bentley they really like. He's their perfect kind of candidate. They would certainly not say anything bad about Morgan Bentley, and almost word for word what I told you is what they wrote. They really liked Morgan Bentley, but Dieter's the pick. And finally, in the last race, I predicted that they would endorse Doug Holder, not because they agree with his conservative voting record, which he does have a conservative voting record, and I can tell you they wrote in their endorsement that they don't agree with that, and they would like to see him break party lines more, be more independent, etc., etc. But I predicted they would endorse Doug Holder. The reason is because of the uphill battle that Sam has, which is this. Republicans outnumber Democrats in that particular district. It's everything south of Clark Road. They outnumber him by 24,000 voters. And for that reason, Doug Holder, who is also the incumbent, who is also well-funded, is the heavy favorite. And that's why I got 7 out of 9 right. I missed 2. One was not a huge surprise. And that was, I missed the boat on Kathy Dent. They endorsed Kathy Dent over Barry Sullivan. And what they said was pretty telling, which is, well, they spent the first 2/3 of their editorial criticizing Kathy Dent and then endorsing her. which didn't come as a surprise. As I told you, they don't especially like Kathy Dent. They blame Kathy Dent's ballot design for costing Christine Jennings the 2006 election. However, what they said is the other two candidates, Barry Sullivan and Lefko Klaus, just flat out have not run credible campaigns, not well funded, and for that reason, I think, is the reason why they went with Dent, and I just missed the boat on that one. The big surprise was they endorsed Vern Buchanan, which shocked everybody, probably nobody more than Vern himself. The Hearld Tribune pretty much daily beats up Vern Buchanan. I mean, there's an article in there every day criticizing him or something about some kind of lawsuit some ex-employee filed over slipping and falling at work. And so they beat up on him on just about a daily basis. But here's where I missed it. I told you the criteria was any Republican that clearly looks like they're going to win, they're going to endorse just to balance things out. The problem is, after I made this pick of Christine Jennings, the Republican Party of Florida did some very credible polling that came out that showed Vern consistently polling at a 15 to 18 percentage point lead. Even Jennings' own polls say that too. And so that's where I missed it. I think the Hearld Tribune realized that Vern's going to win this race, and therefore I got the Jennings pick wrong. They're jumping off the Jennings bandwagon, and probably after Jennings loses in this race, that's the last we're going to hear from her, and it's going to be time for a new Democrat to run. That's it for the first segment. We're going to come back with State Representative candidate Sam Rosenfeld.